I'm here in the VIP zone at the FIDE World Championship match, and I'm joined by none other than Alexandra Kosteniuk. Alexandra, as a former world champion, what are your impressions of the match so far?
Well, luckily, I didn't have to play such a long match to become a world champion, because it's very hard for the players, and I can only imagine that now, closer to the end of the match, as the tension rises, it becomes like more and more tense. Yeah, so for the moment I'm enjoying myself as a spectator, even though I still have some hopes, one day to play on a very high level, fighting for a world championship title. But I cannot say that I envy these players right now, because I know very well what they're experiencing right now and what they're going through, and there's still 5 more games to go, and everything will be decided. I mean, there's just going to be one winner.
With this, ability to be able to relate to the players and how they're feeling, things have drastically changed in the last while. Everyone came into this match expecting there to be a clear favorite. Now we're at a point where it's really anyone's game. What do you think their mental states are like right now?
Well, again, I couldn't name a clear favorite at the beginning of the match. People were speculating in a way, because, Ding Liren has not been showing any great chess for the last, 2 years, or since he became a world champion, and that gave people the impression that it's going to be a one-way match. But as the match started, and as we saw that even though Ding might still not be happy about an average level of his moves, that sometimes it's too many ups and downs for his level, but he's definitely in the game, in the match, and the score is even. It's level, and who's gonna win, nobody knows. But yeah, I think the state of the players, it's getting always more and more difficult as the tournament or the match approaches its climax, its end, because it's also about physical energy. So certain moment, at certain point, you start lacking it, because we just can imagine what's going on behind the scenes, but there are so many questions about how they eat, how they sleep. About those not directly related to chess and their preparation, but very important factors for their performance. And for myself, closer to the end of the tournament, it's always suffering, because I cannot eat anymore. I have troubles falling asleep, and at the end, it's working and fighting, in the very last drops of energy that you have left. And I don't really think that Gukesh, because he's very young, has this kind of problems, because he doesn't look that he's already there, to experience this tension and all the problems that I've just mentioned. But for Ding Liren, it might really be an issue. Unfortunately, we would never know. Only the closest friends and the closest, their team may be aware of what they're really experiencing, in what shape they are right now, and it might also explain the choice of the openings, because right now, for example, we see a very solid, boring, we can say, kind of drawish position, but again, sometimes you just play a certain opening not to surprise your opponent, but to make your life easier, just to survive one more day and to make the end of the match one game closer.
And that's quite an interesting point you made there about their mentalities and everything. If you were in their shoes, would you be playing this drawish, opening, or would you be fighting for the point?
Well, I always fight, but that's not always an advantage. It can, I mean, backfire. It's also a drawback. So those players, there is a reason they are playing a World Championship match, and this reason being that they know how to play solid. They know how to make draws if needed. It's not always easy. Again, sometimes we do prefer to play like open chess, attacking chess with sacrifices, and of course it's more entertaining for spectators, definitely. But there are different questions and issues, and there's just one title at stake, and the winner takes it all, and you do whatever it takes to take this title. And it's not a question of having fun. Well, there are Blitz tournaments to have fun, and we're definitely going to have a lot of fun in New York soon. So with a lot of blunders and ups and downs and emotions, and that's what we love Blitz for. But it's a different tournament. Unfortunately, I mean, for spectators that just see, you know, the engine evaluations, they've never been in the shoes of the players. They have no idea how many. I mean, we just see a small, tiny, like tip of this iceberg. It's always been my dream, you know, to take a peek, to sneak and look and be able to see like behind the scenes, not about myself when I'm playing, because I know, but about a player of a World Championship match, for example, because there is always something that, well, stays behind it, and you never know 100%. When they're at the press conference and they talk and even about the moves, how, I mean, can we really say that they're honest even with themselves? So we never know. And that's what makes it so interesting.
Well, thank you very much, Alexandra, and I hope you have a great stay at the match further as a spectator without the stress.
Definitely, yes. Thank you.